So, Sammy, you watched the Oscars earlier this year. You did such a brave thing. You looked at Selma Blair come out and she said, she'd been battling with multiple sclerosis. And it was a moment for you where you were like, this is me. I am in this moment myself. And you had a big secret.
Yeah. And I think she inspired me to want to be open and honest about it. It's something that had always been in the back of my mind. Like, do I just want to get this off my chest?
How does it feel, though, being open and honest now? Because it's a huge thing, massive secret in your cupboard, right?
Yeah, and I was so nervous before I did it. But once I did it, it was just the best feeling ever. Being open and honest was, genuinely was the best thing I could have done.
Now, here's the other question, of course, for people who are out there who may have been in the same situation as you were. Why did you keep it secret?
I think because I felt like it was meant to be a secret because it was personal. You know what I mean? A lot of people get funny about when you share your personal life out there.
Is it one of those things, and dare I say it, and I don't mean it in any other way other than, did you kind of feel embarrassed that you had some sort of thing wrong with you? That
Not
you kept it quiet?
necessarily embarrassed, but I think worried of how people would react to me.
Yeah, okay.
I was worried that I was either going to get, who cares, which would have probably upset me because it was a big deal to me, or I was going to get, you're going to be in a wheelchair. I didn't know what I was going to get from other people, so I was very wary of that, of them upsetting me.
And because of that, you isolate yourself.
Yes.
And how did it feel to be isolated for that long? Because you kept it for a while.
Yeah, and it felt like, it's weird. It's like I knew, part of me always knew there was something I was holding back. And for some reason, I didn't know that affected me so much until I then let it go. So when I say, I have MS in that, initial video with you guys, it really took a massive weight off my shoulders. Whereas now it's like, it's something I don't have to focus on because it's not a secret.
Yeah.
It's out, so I can let it go to a point. It can extend beyond me. Whereas before, I always had it in the back of my mind. I always knew it was a factor, and it's stuck on me.
We talked about this a lot too when you first came out saying that you had MS, that you would probably get a few people contact you with their stories. You got more than a few. You got thousands of people.
I blew your mind, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. And
overwhelming.
How does it feel having people reach out to you with their MS stories and journeys?
It's actually, that's been crazy because I expected to get a couple of people going, I have MS and things like that, but there was just so many. And I think it was very reassuring because they weren't all bad case scenarios or good case scenarios. It was a real mixture across the board. And it felt like they were just so happy to have had someone speak about it. And then I was just so happy to find other people with it who were like me and still living a great, normal, happy life. It wasn't some sort of death sentence. We were all okay. We just had to get on with it.
Did it surprise you the amount of people that came out of the woodwork?
Yes.
Yeah.
With MS, without MS, just the amount of people that spoke to me was insane because I was so scared to tell people and then, not knowing what you're going to get back. And then when I did, the fact that the response was 99.9% positive just made me feel so much better and just relieved that I'd done it. I was so glad I did it.
So now, to those who didn't hear that or are not up with the play, what do you recommend to people to do when they discover they've got MS?
Yeah, I can understand some people want to keep things to themselves and that's their prerogative, but for me, I found it made a massive difference in my mental health. And then I think that flows on to physical health because I'm feeling better mentally, I'm less stressed, but it was the best thing I ever did. It took it off my shoulders and it's like I got to share it with everyone else and it just lightened that load. And everyone was great and everyone cared and it was the perfect scenario.
Brilliant. Well, of course, the fundraisers are underway right now for MS and you can go to msnz.org.nz and donate and support people like Sammy here with multiple sclerosis. Thank you for sharing your story. It's awesome.
Thanks, guys, for listening.